Hey guys, Josh here with Josh and Hunter's Adventures, and welcome back to another episode. Today's video, I'm going over my top 5 mistakes that I see new bass fishermen make. There's a lot of people out there learning to fish that are wanting to get into fishing, so I thought I'd go ahead and share some of these with you that maybe will help you to catch more fish. If this is your first time visiting our channel, please go down and hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. That way you know when we put out videos. All right, so the first thing that I see a lot of people do, a lot of these forums and a lot of pages on Facebook, you see people asking about rod and reel combos. What's a good combo for me? You know, I'm looking for a cheap combo. You know, can I go to Walmart and get one? Yeah, you can. Are you going to be happy with it? Probably not. What I recommend people to do that are just starting out is there are tons and tons of rod and reels out there that you can get into fishing with at around $150. Okay, for instance, I've got a review on this rod. Go and check it out. It's the Daiwa Arid X. It's a $50 rod, probably the best $50 rod on the market right now. Okay, so there's $50. The next one is reels. A lot of people seem like they want to go lower on reels, and I don't know why, because reels are, I mean, you can get a $100 reel and probably going to be okay. Abu Garcia Revo X, I've got a review on that if you want to check it out. Great reel. If you want to spend a little bit more money, find them on Amazon. The Daiwa Tatula, probably my favorite reel on the market right now that there is out there. Just an amazing reel. It casts so smooth. The reeling is so smooth. But really, I think you need to spend $150. Again, I apologize. We've got a war zone back here in the background. Evidently, the gun range has come unleashed. But, so that is my, and again, this is a little higher, you know, grade rod right here. This is around $130. So if you're just a beginner, I wouldn't recommend that. Like I said, spend that $150 on your combo, and I think you're really going to be happy. So my tip number 2 that I see a lot of people doing, fishing way too fast. All right, so they are going at it like KVD style, and what I mean by that is I mean they're casting. I mean, they just are burning. I mean, burning. I mean, you don't have to do that. Obviously, there's times for that, but not every single time is that bass or whatever you're fishing for going to want that bait to be burned. Slow down. Pick the stuff apart. Pick your cover apart. I always tell Hunter, pick the cover apart. Pick every little piece. Take your time and fish and have a good time and slow down just a little bit. I feel like you're really going to catch a lot more fish if you do that than rather than just hurrying and going along. You know, you're probably not going to be tournament fishing, so you're not in a rush. So just take your time and have a good time. Slow down, you know, fish at your pace. You don't have to hurry. So that's my tip number 2 that I see a lot of people doing. Tip number 3, I see a lot of this, okay? A lot of people at the local docks and stuff, is they'll be fishing off the bank, and there's nothing wrong with that. I fish off the bank a lot too sometimes. But they're casting their lure as far out into the lake as they can cast it. I just don't understand it. And then they're throwing like a chatterbait or a spinnerbait or a crankbait. That crankbait is never going to get to the bottom till you get about right there to the depth that you've got it, you know, that you're diving down to. And the same thing with a chatterbait. What I recommend is to fish more parallel and at a more 45-degree angle. Fish down the bank. Pick out that stuff, because a lot of times, like this time of year in the early spring, the bass are moving up shallow. They're not necessarily out there in the deep, you know? So it's really important to, you know, fish the cover that's around the bank. Now there is times when the bass are out deep, you know, but this is not always the case, you know. So make sure that you are fishing the area right here around the bank and work your way around where you're fishing at. You'll catch a whole lot more fish doing it that way. All right, so tip number 4 is I see so many people, and especially like I'll get snagged on a piece of line or something on the bottom, and I'll pull it up, I don't know what they're fishing for, but man, it must be like sharks or something, these lakes around here, because I mean, they're fishing with like rope. I mean, you don't need that to catch bass, okay? 10, 12 pound test line is plenty to catch bass on, okay? You don't need 50-pound braid to catch bass on, okay? And I see so many people using the wrong line. I just don't understand it. It's not necessary. 8, 10, 12 pound tests is plenty sufficient. Again, and I've seen people using the wrong type of line. I think if you're a beginner, you should stick with monofilament. Okay, monofilament floats. You're not going to want to use fluorocarbon on your topwater because your line is going to sink, which is not going to make your bait work right. So again, if you use monofilament, you can throw your topwater, you can throw your crankbait, you can throw your spinnerbait, you can throw your swim bait, throw your chatterbait, you can throw anything that you want on that, your Texas rig, whatever it might be. So just make sure that you're using the right line for whatever you're fishing for. All right, so tip number 5. I see so many people that are being like, you know, well, I went fishing today. I went and, you know, ate lunch and then went to the lake and I didn't catch a thing. You know, I don't know what I did wrong. People fishing at the wrong time of day, okay? Bass, for instance, are a early morning feeder and a late afternoon feeder. They don't like to be out there in the high sun eating in the middle of the day. Now they will eat, I'm not saying that they won't, but they are more active early in the morning and late in the afternoon, okay? So if you're gonna plan your fishing trip, plan it early in the morning or late in the afternoon. Don't go in the middle of the day when it's 90 degrees and the sun's all the way at the top and you know, you're out there sweating and thinking, why ain't I catching nothing? Well, that's a pretty good reason why. They're hot, they're in the shade, they're down deep, they're not gonna be up there swimming around. So just think about that. Plan your fishing trips early in the morning or late in the evening. Guys, like I said, I just want to go over a couple things with you on what I see people doing that I feel like, you know, will help people catch more fish, because I want to see people catch fish. It's a blast. We really enjoy it. Me and Hunter fish a lot, okay? We have a really good time doing it. It's a good way for us to spend time together, and we've been doing it for a long, long time, and I hope we continue to do it. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're enjoying the videos that we're putting out. I appreciate all the support from all the subscribers out there. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go down and hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. That way you know when we put out videos. Again, guys, I apologize for the shooting in the background, but that's just the way it is at the pond that we're at. There's a gun range really close by, so they shoot a lot up there. But guys, thanks for watching. This is Josh with Josh and Hunter's Adventures, and we'll see you next time.